Whether it's due to a market shift or circumstances in your own life, many homeowners are curious about selling their house for cash to an investor. With all of the media attention from iBuyers like OfferPad and OpenDoor in the marketplace, you might be wondering if this is a good option for you. Today, I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of selling your home for cash. Hey, I'm Matthias with eXp Realty here in Spokane, Washington, and today I'm excited to talk to you about the pros and cons of selling your home for cash. Be sure to watch till the end of the video for my #1 secret strategy for making sure you're getting the best options. Also, you can click in the link in the description below to request a cash offer? How about a cash offer from my iBuyer platform at eXp? It's called Express Offers. Okay, first let's clarify some terms. What the heck is an iBuyer, Heather? An iBuyer is generally known in the real estate industry as a real estate investment company that uses an AVM or automated valuation model and other proprietary technology to identify and then purchase homes that meet their investing criteria. After that investor purchases a home, they might make improvements or repairs to the home and will either quickly resell the home to a third-party buyer for a profit, fix and flip, or hold on to the property as a rental. Think buy and hold. Those are kind of the two industry words we use for those. The most familiar iBuyers in the marketplace are OfferPad and OpenDoor. Zillow, unfortunately terminated their program at the end of 2021. Some other investors you may have heard of are We Buy Ugly Houses type investors. These are either going to be someone in your local market or one of those types of franchises. All right, so let's get to this list. What are the benefits of selling your home for cash to an investor? To me, the #1 benefit is you get to sell your house as is. No repairs, no staging, no cleaning. No time, money, or hassle that has to go into getting your house ready for the market. Speaking of hassle, you also don't have to have any showings. No strangers in your house or gathering up your dogs and kids to get out the door many times until your house is sold. Another great benefit is you usually get to choose your closing date. Most iBuyers can close as quickly as 2 or 3 days, but who's ready to move in 2 or 3 days? So they'll also negotiate with you on your time to move. Now, depending on the market you're in, it can potentially take months to sell your home the traditional way, and time is money. You're paying your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and utilities. There is a cost to you for every day that you're in your home and it doesn't sell. Now, you might think, I have to spend that money anyway, who cares? But when we're talking about cashing out of your house, it does matter. This is how investors think as well. And the last great benefit I want to pay off. The last great benefit I want to point out is you get the certainty of cash. When these buyers are using cash, we've seen their proof of funds. We know they have the money to close. So there's no waiting on a bank for approval of financing, and there is much less risk of the deal falling apart. Okay, let's talk about some of the risks because they're serious. When you're considering a cash offer, it's usually a trade-off between getting top dollar and convenience. These buyers are looking for a deal. So let's talk about some of the things you should consider when you're choosing that option. The most obvious risk is that you are potentially leaving thousands of dollars on the table. This is the premium you may pay for that convenience and certainty. And only you are going to be able to know if that's worth that premium to you. Another risk I really want to highlight is you don't know what you don't know. This isn't your daily activity. So whether you're requesting an offer directly from a place like OfferPad or OpenDoor or interacting with a We Buy Ugly Houses type of investor, keep in mind that these buyers are looking for a discount. They don't necessarily care about you or giving you the best deal in terms. We all know that in every industry, and real estate in particular, there are a few unethical folks whose strategy is to take advantage of people. Unlike a licensed real estate agent, these buyers have no fiduciary obligations to you. I put it on the screen. Fiduciary is a complicated term. Basically, it just means they have no reason to take care of the trust that you place in them. Okay, so another thing many consumers don't know is that many of these buyers, OfferPad, is notorious for bringing you a great offer and then coming back to you after the inspection asking for either a steep price reduction or that you make costly repairs. That first great offer, they're smart. They're just trying to get in the door and beat out everybody else that you might be talking to. Okay, the last thing I want to make you aware of is this investor may not actually have cash. Just because they're advertising that they're a cash buyer doesn't mean they have the cash available to close immediately. That's not going to be true with some huge company like OfferPad or OpenDoor, but it can definitely be true when you're working with your sort of local investor person. Sometimes they're working with a hard money lender, which is still financing. Just because they can close quick doesn't mean it's not financing. Or you're working with someone whose strategy is to attempt to wholesale your property to other investors that they know. Because I've worked with investors ever since I got to Spokane, I get emails and texts all the time from wholesalers attempting to scoop up an assignment fee for bringing their sellers an actual cash buyer. You always want to make sure that you're seeing proof of funds in any real estate transaction you engage in. Now, remember I told you there would be a tip for making sure you're getting the best options? Ready? It's math. I'm only sort of kidding. It's really getting multiple offers and making sure you do the work to compare those offers to each other. On the screen, you can see the tool that I use for my sellers to evaluate both cash offers as well as the traditional sales approach. Now, I'll typically use this tool with a seller to decide whether or not to accept a cash offer prior to listing a seller's home on the traditional market. All right, let's just think this through in a story form so you can kind of connect these boxes to reality. Let's say you inherited a property from a great uncle you didn't even know you had. This actually happened to some friends of mine. Now the property is out of state and needs a ton of work, so maybe what you really inherited was kind of a hassle. But because you're a savvy seller, you're going to do your due diligence to make sure you aren't throwing money away. You reach out to your local trusted realtor to ask for some advice. Luckily, your local realtor knows someone great in that market, and bonus, it's an EXP agent who is qualified to bring you cash offers with their Express Offers platform. Gosh, that was hard for me to say. So you go ahead and you work with this out-of-state agent to get cash offers from their platform, and she gets your permission to also reach out to her local We Buy Houses type investor that she has a relationship with, as well as OfferPad, who's also active in that market. If that agent was me, I'm going to take those offers and put them into this tool so you can see at a glance what your bottom line might be. We're going to walk through how long it'll take to close with each offer, as well as like how much it's going to cost you in terms of commissions, convenience fees, estimated rehab costs, etc. Maybe when it's all said and done, it looks like going the traditional route will net you $10,000 more, but you're going to have to come out of pocket $30,000 for repairs, which you will get back, and wait 4 months or so before you get paid. Now you get to choose the option that's best for you, and you have peace of mind knowing you did your due diligence to explore all of your options. I will tell you, in my experience working with sellers in our local market, that somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 is about the max folks are willing to sacrifice for the convenience and certainty of a cash offer. If you would like to use this tool when getting ready to sell, just shoot me a message or give me a call so we can walk through it together. Or, you know, if you're handy with a spreadsheet, I mean, you saw it, right? You can just make your own. Now, if you want to request your own cash offer from a trusted source, you can do that by clicking on the link in the description below, or just reach out to me directly and we can get that process going. Talk to you soon.